What's going on, everybody? Welcome on back to the channel. And man, talk about an exhilarating chapter of Two Blue Vortex, man. This chapter, I was saying last week's chapter was like the best one. Dog, I think this is the best one. So much stuff just went down in this chapter, man. Like, I'm a little late on it, I know, but the wait's worth it. All right, the wait's worth it. So let's get into this chapter and talk about like pretty much everything that went down, and like pretty much the key focal points of the chapter and what I really took away and what I liked about the chapter. So main thing that I really liked, getting right into it, is we see Kawaki choose to prioritize saving Himawari over going after Boruto. Because for the longest time, Kawaki has just seemed like a character that's solely focused on defeating Boruto, killing Boruto, and there isn't really anything else beyond that, and killing all the Otsutsuki, and there hasn't really been anything else beyond that. Here, we're actually getting to see glimpses of the old Kawaki again that still cares about Himawari. It's just that everything about the Otsutsuki and Karma kind of took over for a while. But this just shows that he still cares about the bonds that he was able to forge. It's just everything else has kind of like taken a like that stuff's kind of taken a back seat while he's been trying to kill Boruto and all that. So I really liked that. Next, when it comes to Boruto's inclusion of the chapter, he isn't really in much of it. But I like what they did to make it okay for him to not really be in the chapter. So we see that he's still struggling with his karma marking. And what I thought was a little bit of a missed opportunity, I thought they should have had like Momoshiki kind of like, you know how back like in the Omnipotence arc where Momoshiki would kind of just like manifest and like taunt Boruto about like about the prophecy and stuff like that, and in the final chapter where he was like yelling at him. I thought we were gonna get something like that, but he kind of just talks to Shikamaru, so that was kind of a bummer for me. But this is still a good way to take Boruto out of the story for now, because he's still worried about his karma acting up, Momoshiki taking over and destroying the village. So for now, he's like, perfect example. He's just taking a little break. So I like that. It's a good way to like still show us Boruto, but explain why he can't really be in the chapter at all, which is good. Next, we get Konohamaru. Bro, like this is exactly what I was talking about in my last video. I don't like Konohamaru anymore. Sure, he didn't get worked, which is rare for him, but still, like Hidari just kind of looks at him like he just goes, "Are you deaf or feeble-minded?" Like Konohamaru just has not had like the presence that I thought he should have, but it doesn't really matter. Who cares about Konohamaru? Because right after that, we get Hidari versus Sarada, and Hidari versus Sarada, like this is very cool. I like this fight a lot, because even though it's just like a little bit of a skirmish for now, like we didn't really get to see the full thing. It's kind of like what I thought, like in my other video. It's just a like an exchange of blows for right now with two they're both using Chidori. So we got that. But I think what's primarily going to be next chapter for Sarada is that instead of extrapolating on the fight and continuing the fight, I think it's going to be more of Sarada realizing Hidari is a clone of her dad. That's what I think next chapter is going to be for Sarada. I don't think the fight's going to continue. I personally see like Sarada either breaking down, having to be rescued, or Hidari kind of just like retreats. That's what I think will probably happen. Now, the bulk of this video, I think it's going to be, I mean, guys, it's got to be Himawari. Himawari, dude, I was not expecting Himawari, of all characters, to pop off like this in Two Blue Vortex. I wasn't expecting it. But what the main thing that we get here is that, first things first, to calm any debate in the fandom, this is Kurama. This is the same Kurama And that's what I really like about it. I was so worried it was going to be like a completely different Ninetales, and like the Kurama that we grew to love like wouldn't be there anymore. But no, it's the same Kurama. It's just smaller. I really like that. Like that was pretty cool. And like what I also really dug was that him basically saying like Himawari's chakra resonates more with him than it even did with Naruto. I thought that was pretty cool because like it shows that Himawari is like becoming a very like rapidly more and more important. And the more you think about it, two blue vortex means both Boruto and Himawari, Otsutsuki and Uzumaki having to work together in order to solve everything in the end. I think that's pretty neat. I think that's how the story is going to go because like we wouldn't be doing this if like Himawari wasn't going to play like a crucial role in the story going forward. Like there, it wouldn't make any sense. Like, why would you do all this with Himawari and like she gets like worked or something? That just wouldn't make sense. But the main, like one of the main things too that I really like about this chapter, man, did we just see our first like character death? Is Inojin done? Did Inojin just get clapped? Like, I like there's reason to believe that he is dead because in the anime like Ino always talked about like we send our kids off on these missions and we always have to like wonder will they make it back. I don't think Inojin is making it back. I think he died to save Himawari, and then that's the reason why she's finally able to master the Ninetales power and like fully use the chakra. Like I think that's going to be like her mental or her mental limiter like just snapping, and that's how she's able to use the power, which I think is dope, man. Like it's so like Two Blue Vortex just continues to like shake my belief of like what a Naruto Boruto story can be. I did not think we could possibly be seeing a main character like Inojin dying like that. I didn't think that was possible. I thought these kids like if you go back and read part 1, I never thought the kids were in any danger. Now, if Inojin actually dies, any of them could drop like that, man. And if Inojin dies, that just proves to me that they'd be willing to go and kill other characters too. And I think that means that we could lose Shikamaru because the death flags are waving for Shikamaru. And to me, it's only a matter of time until Shikamaru dies. But that's neither here nor there. After Inojin's supposed death, if he's still dead, we get Himawari, like, finally, like, being able to use the Ninetales power. Dude, as someone who thought Himawari was just going to be, like, a little kid, like, just, like, kind of, like, doing nothing for the whole series, like, this is so cool. Like, Kishimoto really learned from his mistakes in, like, Naruto, and, like, he's actually making his female cast, like, good. Like, Sarada and Himawari are two very strong female leads. I never thought we would see that in, like, a Naruto work. Like, that's honestly really cool to me, because, like, Sarada in the first half is holding it down in the chapter, and then in the second half, it's Himawari holding it down. Like, that's so dope. Like, it just goes to show that, like, he took the criticisms to heart, and, like, he's really, like, making a concentrated effort to make the female cast, like, more prevalent in the story, which I really dig. But, like, but what I really hope to see for next chapter, I do hope we see more Boruto. I do hope that he gets his karma under control, and, like, who knows, maybe Momoshiki still might manifest and still try and taunt him. I really hope we get something like that, because Momoshiki's just been dormant for a long time in the story, so I think he's due to show up at some point. But what do you guys think? Down in the comments below. Like, what are your guys' thoughts on this chapter? I loved it, but I want to know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I'm going to talk to you guys next time. Bye.